Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 117, What to Do When the Work Dries Up.
It's going to dry up at some point. If you're in the virtual assistant business long enough, the work will dry up. It may be for a week, it may be for a month, it may be for longer. Hopefully it isn't for longer, but it can happen. It can happen. So, and chances are anyone listening to this episode is actually happening to you right now, which is why you've clicked on it and why you're listening. So first off, can we just say it's normal? You are not a failure. You can absolutely come back from this. Because you have recently, haven't you, Joe?
Strictly Savvy went through this a couple of months ago. We had all of these leads consistently coming in, and we had interviewed a couple of people, hired one, said to the other, actually, we'd love to hire you as well. Could we hire you in a few months' time? Because we had this confidence of the leads coming in, and we thought that we would have the work for when they started. Now, that didn't happen. The leads did dry up, and we just went through this period of like no one inquiring, and so we needed to do something dramatically to turn it around. We had this team member, they had all this capacity, and we needed to bring in the leads. So we did a bunch of things, and we're going to go through many of those that we did. And yeah, we promise you can turn this around. It's possible to get those leads coming in again. The other thing too is that you might have had a big client leave, or you might have had some clients who said that they were going to give you a bunch of work. The work hasn't come in. You're kind of waiting on them. So there's all sorts of reasons why the work might have dried up for you, and you've got that capacity.
Yeah. So let's go through our 8 top tips. Things to do when you are in this situation in order to turn it around. Right. First up, talk to your existing clients.
Yeah. This is the easiest way to get more work to come in, because you're not having to go through the sales process and find new clients. This is about getting work out of your existing clients. So pick up the phone and call all of your clients. Check in with them, proactively suggest things to them. See if they've got any projects that have been on their mind that you could start doing for them. Can you bring some work forward? Can you pull some of those things out of them to bring in more work? That's the easiest, simplest thing to do.
You know them best. A lot of these clients, you know them inside out. You know exactly what gaps they have in their business. You know exactly where you could be stepping in and helping them even more than you currently do. This is definitely, as Joe said, this is a phone call or a Zoom call. This is not an email.
No client's going to respond to your email and be like, oh, yeah, I've got all of these amazing things for you to do, and list them all out. That's not going to happen.
Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone for this one. Yeah.
All right. Number 2 is to follow up all of your current leads. You might have had a call with them, you've sent out some proposals, and you're kind of sitting back and waiting for them to say yes.
We see you. We know that that's what you've done. We know that there's someone that you've gone, oh, I don't want to feel like really pushy, and I've already sent them that reminder once after we spoke. Oh, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be a stalker. Hey, look, if you've listened to any of our other episodes, especially the ones on following up, you are going to have to follow up. There are so many missed opportunities where virtual assistants just feel too icky about following up at all. See you later.
Yeah, and this is the best option is the phone. Pick up the phone, give them a call, and see where they're at. And honestly, most of the time, they just haven't made the time to have a look and get back to you because they're busy.
Yeah. Next up on our list is number 3, which is to reach out to lost leads and past clients. This can be done via email.
Yeah, so this is one of the key things that we did at Strictly Savvy when we needed to get a bunch of leads in. We sent a very specific email, bulk email in our email marketing system to everyone on who was tagged as a lost lead or a past client, and make sure that you are actually tagging past clients that you want to do more work with again, because there's some that you won't. And we sent an email out and just saying, hey, we've got space for some work, like have you got any projects or anything that you would love some help with? Like a super simple, quick email with a really great, catchy subject line. And I think we got 4 or 5 leads in from that and some work.
Wow.
So yeah, it's well worth doing that. Don't forget about those who have said no previously or are past clients, because things can
Yeah.
change.
They can. They can. So I really hope anyone listening actually has a way of keeping track of all this, keeping
Yes.
track of everyone that they've spoken to,
Yeah.
even the no's.
Yeah.
Keep
Very,
track
very
of them.
important.
Yeah. This is why, for when you do have these lows in business, this is
Mm-hmm.
why you need them.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 is to really start to ramp up your social media now. So when you get busy and have lots of work on, that tends to be the thing that drops off your social media. You stop posting, it kind of just sits there a bit dormant. So this is the time to really get back into your social media.
Yeah, it's absolutely the first thing that you stop doing
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you get busy is your social media, because
Yeah.
you don't need to be attracting new clients because you're fully booked, you're happy. So
Yeah.
why bother? That's just a waste of time, right? That's the mindset virtual assistants have around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be posting consistently across all of your platforms, but posting with intent. It's not just a whole heap of just sales. I'm a virtual assistant. This is what I can do. These are the services that I offer. These are my prices. Hire me, hire me, hire me, hire me.
Mm.
Because that's easy to get into when you do
Mm-hmm.
have this ebb. The
Yes.
desperation creeps in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just hire me, anyone hire me. So we want you to be posting with intent. Think about that 80-20 rule that we talk about a lot. 80% of the time, add value. Teach them something, showcase that you're an expert in your field, and then do the sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a
One of the
particular sales post that you did, wasn't there?
Yeah, so one of the things we did was we actually posted everywhere that we have 3 spots available right now to take on new clients. So if you're looking for a virtual assistant, get in touch. Like a specific, we've got 3 spots available. It kind of has that scarcity
Yeah.
aspect to it, which is really great. Yeah.
I
Yeah, do
think that's
some
worded
research.
perfectly. You don't wanna be going, "Oh my gosh, I've just lost a whole heap of clients, and now I've got spaces I need to fill." Think
Yeah.
about how you're wording that post,
Mm,
how it's coming across.
mm,
Okay, number 5 on our list is probably another thing that you haven't done in a while if you've been fully booked for a good time.
mm.
Go to a networking event. You probably used to. What was your favorite place to hang out with in terms of other virtual assistants and other business owners that are your ideal client?
Mhm.
Go to that event. Start being seen again in the online groups that are surrounding these groups of people.
Mm. Yeah, one of the things we did early on in my business is we went to like the little short little workshops and seminars and like the little trainings that you go to, because you get to
Mhm.
meet a lot of other like-minded business owners in those kind of events as well. So you don't just have to look for like a BNI group or a Venus group in New Zealand we've got here, or like those kind of like formal networking events, but
No.
also think about the little like the seminars, the meetups, the workshops, those kind of events too.
Yeah.
Like Sam says, get out there, be seen again, get in front of people.
It's not like you don't have the time. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah. All right, number 6 is to do a review of your entire online presence. What vibe is it giving out to those looking? what content does it have that might be out of date now because you haven't looked at it? Do a huge review across everything. So important.
Yeah. What first impression are you making for people that find you online?
Mhm. Mm.
It might be a stale one.
Yeah.
So it's time to freshen it up for sure. And we're not just talking about websites here, although that is a big one for those of you that do have websites. We're talking about your social media profiles, your LinkedIn in particular,
Mm.
because we can guarantee for 95% of your ideal clients are hanging out on LinkedIn.
Mm. Yeah. And we see this so often that, virtual assistants will say, oh, I need clients. I'm like getting desperate now. Like, I don't know how to, like, where they are, or I'm not getting any leads. And then we look at their LinkedIn profile and it's shit.
It is shit.
It's not complete. They haven't got like their paragraphs in detail and their experience for the credibility. They haven't got a really greatly written and full about section. Their headline is crap. Like, so many aspects of their LinkedIn profile can do with so much work. And like, this is the first thing that we would be doing, is having that really great LinkedIn profile if we were looking for clients.
And it's a quick win. Updating your LinkedIn profile is a quick win. It's not going to take you long. Yeah. The same with directory listings. When was the last time you've had a good look at that? Are your links still working? Links change. Unless you're updating your directory listings with your updated links, people may not even be able to find you.
Yeah.
Is the wording still up to date? Are the services that you're talking about, are they still services that you're offering?
Because, I mean, our businesses evolve.
They do.
And quite regularly they evolve. And when was the last time that you looked at your directory listing? Yeah.
I could tell you. Okay. Next up, number 7 on our list. Now, this is a biggie, and this is for those of you where the work is dried up and finances are at the point where you've got to make this work, and you've got to make it work fast. Otherwise, you're heading back to a 9 to 5. So if that is you, then it's perhaps time to consider the possibility of, you see, I'm being really gentle leading you into this, subcontract to another established virtual assistant business that has got the clients and the work for you.
Now, we know that this is not going to appeal to everyone, but like Sam says, if you're in that situation where this is kind of the last resort, this is a way to bring in some money and get your workload back up to where you need it to be. And, you're going to have to change your expectations in terms of your hourly rate. Obviously, it's going to be a lower hourly rate because you're not finding the clients and doing the sales part. They're going to be given to you. So like, manage your expectations, but it can be a good way to get some work and money coming in fairly quickly.
Yeah, while still staying in the industry that you love.
And doing work that you love.
Doing work that you love, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a great option.
All right, number 8, our last and final tip for you is the reminder that business has ebbs and flows. Don't freak out. This is not a normal part of doing business. So this is about using that time wisely and putting your efforts into all of those 7 top tips that we have there for you, and knowing that you've had the leads before, it's going to happen again. They will come. It's an ebbs and flows part of business.
Yeah, and now might be the time. You've actually got the time to work on that list that's been sitting there, that on your business tasks that you really want to get to at some point, but you haven't had the time. Hey, work on those now. That course that you paid for 2 years ago that's still sitting there and you haven't looked at it yet, do it.
Yeah.
Make the most of this time. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom.
Yeah. And have faith that you've had leads before, you'll get leads again. It's just about showing up in some places, so that people know that you're a virtual assistant and you're wanting the work.
Yeah. Yep. Now's not the time to be hiding behind your computer.
Mm.
Step out, be seen, connect, reconnect. Basically, listen to the previous 115 episodes of this podcast in order to get all the tips that we've given you over the past couple of years in terms of your online presence, in terms of networking, in terms of reaching out, in terms of following up. You name it, it's all there. You've got the time. Go through the back catalogue.
Yeah. So that's our top 8 tips for what to do when the work dries up. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the Members Club and the amazing resources, training, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.